Hey everybody, it's me, Unit Z, and today we're talking about One Piece chapter 1047. So, no cover story today, guys. Instead, we have a very, very nice color spread. So, all good things. You trade good things. And, yeah, let's get into the chapter. So, we get basically Momo's. This is the main focus of this chapter, I'd say, is Momo having to deal with just like finally moving the flame clouds because if he doesn't, everyone's kind of screwed. And he has to overcome all this stuff. We see his mom, and I don't know, this actually does connect to a previous part in the arc where they bring up how you know normally when someone fails they forfeit their life, and how this is a good thing, even though when you think about it, if Toki would have went to the future with everyone else, it probably would have been a good thing. Anywho, enough about me critiquing this story that I clearly cannot write any better. Uh, so yeah, Momo's just doing his normal stuff of everyone kind of worshiping him. And then we see a heartful goodbye between the two of them, and then we finally cut back to Luffy versus Kaido. And they actually acknowledge that Luffy is grabbing lightning, which is also a joke, but this is pretty cool, actually. Like, this is probably my favorite fight scene, including Gear 5. Now, I have to say that Oda's, for the most part, improving when it comes to how he handles Gear 5. I feel like he's, slowly getting better, and I'm actually starting to warm up to it a lot more. Um, Now, it's funny because Kaido starts talking about how, in the end, strong devil fruit power isn't enough to conquer the seas, and then, smacks Luffy down and tells him a thing or two. Then he brings up Roger and how Roger actually had no devil fruit whatsoever. Now, this is really, 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 really good because you know what? Everyone said that after we saw Roger in the Odin flashback, we all assumed he had no devil fruit. But then again, there was always a possibility that Roger had a devil fruit. There was always that possibility. It's the same with Dragon. Right now, until someone says Dragon does or does not have a devil fruit, we don't know. And Roger was like that for the longest time. And this is concrete as evidence. This is Kaido, who definitely knew Roger. I'm guessing he knew him pretty well because, he obviously had a lot of respect for the guy. He's in his personal top 5. So, I'm guessing he wouldn't mistake the fact that Roger had a devil fruit. So it's confirmed. Then we get a Death Destroyer Thunder Bagua, which is pretty cool. We find out that Luffy, even in this form, is still weak to slashes. So that's, a little good insight into Gear 5. And then we cut back to all the people vibing in the Flower Capital. And they just, are partying away again and again and again. We see Tangoyama and Toko together. They're watching, they mention, her father's sacrifice. Then we cut to Luffy getting shot out of the sky by Kaido with his blast breath. Then this was personally one of my personal highlights of the chapter. I don't know if this is going to be, everyone's cup of tea, but I just found it really interesting to see. So, if Luffy defeats Kaido, they all die. But if Kaido wins, they get to hold on to their lives for a couple minutes longer. And, like, that's not really worth it to them. So, they all start laughing and giggling about you know what, Luffy, don't hold back, bring this whole place down. And you can kind of see Kid's complete another, like, he is so dumbfounded by these people cheering for Luffy to smack the thing out of the sky. And even the Beast Pirates are wondering, like, what is wrong with you guys? So we come back to Usopp running around and talking about how he doesn't want to die with Giraffe Dude. And then Orochi tries to kill Hiyori, but we don't get really any context for that. And then we see Luffy yell at Momo as he takes a giant fist from the sky and is about to punch Kaido as hard as he can and says he better move the island or it's going to break. And guess what? I'm pretty sure there's no break next week, boys, so he can rest at ease. Anywho, so just fantastic. And also, I'd like to point out that I'm pretty sure this is Luffy's second biggest punch if you count non-canon material. Because his biggest punch is the King. I think it's Three Kings Kongan that he uses in Stampede, which is like the size of a mountain. So, yeah, it's rivaling that, which is crazy. Crazy. Because remember in Stampede when everyone was like, oh, Luffy's never going to do something like that. You know, it's just, they're just hyping him up right now in the movies because it's a movie. And guess what? Now he's doing something pretty similar. Now it's time for chapter review. So, what did I think of this chapter? Well, it's very good. I quite enjoyed it. Everything, it was relatively well paced. We did jump around a little bit, but to stuff that like wasn't as interesting. Like for example, I think you could have substituted Usopp running around to Zoro or Sanji, or given us more time with Hiyori, because I think the sooner we end that conflict with Hiyori and Orochi, the sooner the better, and stuff like that. We still have no idea what is going on with Zoro. All we know is that he's barely alive. We didn't see all the Straw Hats. We only saw some, which is why I find it weird that he focused on Usopp. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Now, if I'm going to give this a rating, you know, you can probably guess 8.5 out of 10. It's not the craziest highlight in the world, but it is a pretty dope chapter. 8.5 out of 10. Would recommend. Kind of need it because, you know, you're 1,047 chapters in deep. You might as well finish it, right, guys? Great. Good job. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I think. And if you want to support me, then make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that all, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.